Hi, and welcome to State of Events. I'm Austin Stanley.
And I'm Kaylee Hendricks. Our top story tonight, a racist rant by the owner of the LA Clippers is causing major backlash in the NBA. Talia Samalian is here with the latest on the controversy. Talia?
This is the picture that triggered the conversation between Sterling and his girlfriend. In another tape, Sterling expressed similar disdain for posting this picture with LA Dodger Matt Kemp. Sterling has a documented history of alleged racist behavior in the past.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people.
As a landlord, he refused to rent apartments to Latinos and African Americans. Ironically, Sterling is set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the NAACP next month. No word on whether the organization still plans to go ahead with that. Clippers president Andy Roser questioned the legitimacy of the tape and said that the woman in the recording is accused of embezzling $1.8 million from the Sterling family. Sterling released a statement which he says he's upset and apologizes. For State of Events, I'm Talia Samalian.
Thanks, Talia. Coming up on later on in the broadcast, we'll tell you more about the Bay Area playoffs.
And back in the Bay, new BART cars will debut in a few years, but there are some design problems. State of Events' Nikki Pena tells us what's wrong with the new design.
Here in the Bay Area, when you think of public transportation, you think of BART. Recently, BART has decided to revamp their 40-year-old BART cars, and they're letting the public get a first-hand look to see what commuters think.
Well, they're beautiful, and I can't wait for them to get online, but you have to wait a few years because they have to do all the testing and everything. It's going to be a lot more convenient for myself and the rest of the traveling public.
To make the commute for riders a little easier, BART has installed some new features.
We've got a lot of new features on the new train. One thing you'll notice over here is an LCD screen that gives real-time information about the train you're on and where you're going, so you can see.
The new design also includes better air circulation and quieter cars. However, some are concerned about a new feature not being handicap friendly.
It's not that it's impossible for it to do. It's really more the that's a bad idea right there.
While it may be beneficial for those who are standing, it could be a potential hurdle for those in a wheelchair. What did BART employees have to say about this?
Move this pole further away from the wheelchair area to open up a nice, wide, accessible path for them to utilize.
Still, many people are not convinced on the new design.
So you think the pole in the center is a bad idea?
It's a bad idea because obviously if whoever thought of it never rode the DC Metro. And when I used to live in Washington, D.C., people would crowd around this. Yeah. So it'd be hard for wheelchair riders to get through and really hard for bicyclists to get through.
Exactly. So you would say this isn't too disabled friendly?
This isn't disabled friendly.
BART will start testing these new trains on test tracks they have located in Hayward starting the year 2015. BART told me that the testing period is going to take at least 18 months, and as for when the public can actually start riding these trains, no set date has been determined yet, but we do know it's going to be in the year 2017. Here in San Francisco, Nikki Pena with State of Events.
And we've got an update on the San Jose teenager who flew to Hawaii in the wheel well of a plane. Authorities say the 15-year-old boy didn't want to go to Hawaii. Instead, he says he was trying to visit his mom in eastern Ethiopia. The mom told news outlets that the teen had just learned she was alive. She says his father had told him that she was dead. No word yet on if the boy will face any charges.
A senior citizen is behind bars after police say he shot at a doctor inside a Daly City medical building. This is a picture of 84-year-old Raymond Iwase. He was arrested at his home after the shooting last week. The medical building was evacuated when a doctor saw Iwase in the building carrying a gun and heard a gunshot. Iwase told police he tried to shoot a doctor that he thinks made him sick. He is charged with attempted murder and felony assault with a firearm.
Animal rights activists are angry at the Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo after the park euthanized one of its elephants. Earlier this month, the park put down the elephant after she injured her hind leg. Park officials say they followed the advice of animal experts. Now, activists are calling for the release of all caged animals. They say the park had other options. Six Flags says the company abides by strict standards of animal care and welfare as mandated by federal laws. Activists say they'll continue their protest every weekend throughout the summer.
Coming up, a dangerous disease is on the rise in the East Bay, how you can prevent it, and the legal battle against sex at massage parlors. Coming up next.
Before City Car Share, we were spending a lot of money on gas and insurance. I felt like I had to check my bank account every time I went driving.
City Car Share is great because the membership includes insurance and a gas card. I don't even know why we owned a car in the Bay Area.
Now we just have more money to spend on other things.
City Car Share is an important part of our lives.
City Car Share gives you the benefits of using a car
without the hassles of owning one.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Contra Costa County is taking the fight against West Nile virus to your backyard. The county is offering free mosquito-eating fish. The department says pools and small ponds are the places mosquitoes like to lay their eggs, and one backyard pool even half full can host 1 million future mosquitoes. The fish eat mosquito eggs, and you can save you and your neighbors a trip to the hospital. Go to our Twitter page, SOE at Becca, and find out more.
Officials are cracking down on water use. As many as 45 water agencies in California are enforcing mandatory rationing. Water inspectors are patrolling the streets, and conservationists are calling for prohibited days for watering lawns and washing cars. First-time offenders are given a verbal warning, but repeated rule breakers can get citations and even fines. The city of Los Angeles, with just a small water management program, has enforced water conservation since the year 2008 and cut water use by 18%.
The accuracy of red light cameras is coming under question today. The cities of San Rafael, Belmont, and Hayward have taken down the cameras used to catch cars running red lights. South San Francisco is planning to do the same in August. That's because their city council found that the cameras were not lowering the number of car accidents, and some motorists were even finding ways to hide their license plates. That is illegal in California, but it will only land you a fix-it ticket or a fine if you get caught.
And do you know what to do with your leftover prescription medication? Vanessa Navarez tells us the special places that you need to go to get rid of them.
Grandparents' old medicine cabinet, an athlete's prescription, or something as simple as cold medicine are where the most abused drugs are accessed by young adults. National Prescription Drug Take Back Day is a preventative measure the DEA started years ago. Cisco Escobar walked into the police station on Bryant Street, just one of 7 drop-off sites to safely dispose of his unwanted prescription drugs.
The city is having this event that you can get rid of it, all prescriptions. So I just took all the, my mom's prescription and that she don't use anymore. So I just brought it today.
According to the CDC, 1 person dies every 19 minutes from prescription drug abuse.
This joint effort between the DEA and the San Francisco Police Department has backed up over 424 tons of prescription drugs that otherwise would have been flushed down or thrown out into the landfills. People are able to anonymously walk in with their drugs packed into a Ziploc bag like this and drop them off into a bin such as this one.
Located at the Student Service Center, CEASE, or Creating Empowerment Through Alcohol and Substance Abuse Education, is a federally funded program. It provides counseling and drug abuse prevention at SFSU. The program's director explains why prescription drug abuse is common at college campuses.
The difference on a college campus is that some of the stimulant medications, prescription Adderall, Ritalin, drugs to treat ADHD are really common, particularly around finals.
Many are tempted to flush the prescription drugs down the toilet. With the Take Back event, our water system is safe from pharmaceuticals ending up in our tap water. Reporting from San Francisco, this is Vanessa Navarez for State of Events.
California lawmakers are trying to crack down on illegal massage parlors. Their goal to stop shops from selling sex instead of massages. So they've proposed a law that will allow city and county governments to decide when and where a parlor can open up. It will also require shops owners to register with their city or county to get a special owner's permit. The new requirements will make it harder for someone caught running an illegal parlor from opening another one.
And coming up, the controversy surrounding the canonization of a pope, and the latest on the South Korean ferry incident.
What if we could make a difference with every cup of coffee we drink? With Fair Trade certified coffee, we can. Look for this label where you buy your coffee.
My life is out of control. I have no job, no health insurance, no support. I'm pregnant. I don't know how to handle all of this, but there's one thing I can do. Take care of this. It won't solve all my problems, but at least it'll make a difference. If I can do it, you can do it too.
Prenatal care makes a difference. 1-800-300-9950.
It's going to cost you more money to get your morning cup of coffee. The price of coffee beans has jumped 94%. Brazil's coffee harvests provide more than a third of the world's coffee supply. The decline is predicted to leave the world over 7 million bags short of demand. Drought during the growing season caused the shortage.
Catholics have a new saint, but that decision is controversial. Victims of clergy abuse say the church has covered up sexual abuse by priests. They claim the church has protected guilty priests while denying the abuse for years.
Cell phone video taken on board the South Korean ferry as it sank is making waves. The video was captured by a teenager who died in the boat. In it, the boy and other passengers question orders to stay on the ship. Later, you can see that order come over the loudspeaker. Divers are still searching for the bodies of the missing passengers inside the ship.
And South Korea's Prime Minister Chung Hong-won has offered to resign. This is in the wake of the sinking of the ferry that left 302 people either dead or missing. South Korea's government is under fire after evidence revealed flawed safety measures that contributed to the sinking. The government is also being criticized for not responding quickly enough and mistakes that were made in the early stages of the tragedy. Chung apologized with his offer to resign, saying it was natural for him to step down. A majority of the people killed in the tragedy were high school students on a class trip.
With more on world news, we turn to Victoria Alaniz. Victoria?
Thanks, Austin. 3 Americans were fatally shot in a hospital in Kabul, Afghanistan. An Afghan security guard opened fire at the Christian hospital Cure, an American organization. A pediatrician from Chicago and a father and son who were visiting the hospital that morning are among the dead. An American nurse was also wounded in the shooting but survived. The gunman was later detained after he shot himself following the attack. While there is no connection to the shooting as a terrorist attack, Taliban attacks on American guests have been increasing, with an Afghan police commander killing one and wounding another Associated Press journalist earlier this month. And early Monday morning, the mayor of the second largest city in Ukraine was shot in the back during a bike ride in a city park. The bullet wound left the mayor in critical condition and the shooter has not been caught. And Monday night, 1,000 pro-Ukrainian demonstrators marched through the streets before being attacked by several hundred armed men shouting pro-Russian chants. Pro-Ukrainian demonstrators were attacked with batons, bricks, and stun grenades. Russia's defense chief has assured the U.S. Defense Secretary that Russia has no intentions of invading Ukraine, but tensions continue to rise between the two countries. And the search for new clues has been suspended 55 days after Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared. Australia's Prime Minister has decided to only conduct a search on the ocean floor. Experts are summing up the Prime Minister's decision of limiting the search to soaring costs and remote chances of finding the wreckage. It is estimated that Australia has invested $1.5 million in aircraft searches alone and is expected to spend at least $55 million in search efforts in the next 8 months. I'm Victoria Alanese, and that was your World Update. Back to you.
Thanks, Victoria. Coming up, we'll tell you who's performing the last ever concert at Candlestick Park.
On sale at bookstores and newsstands near you.
Experience Theater Bay Area Magazine.
Energy costs for small businesses rose over 40% in 2001. Stop wasting your money. Let the Smart Lights program help you. Call us today at 510-981-8955 or visit our website at smartlights.org. Smart Lights. Brighten your bottom line.
The news of the Los Angeles Clippers owner comes in the middle of the first round of the NBA playoffs, where the Clippers are facing the Golden State Warriors. The series between the two teams is tied at 2 games apiece. The Warriors won a series-tying game against the Clippers Sunday. The San Jose Sharks are also in the postseason. They won the first 3 games in their best-of-7 series against the LA Kings. But as of last night, the Kings have won 3 games in a row, forcing a tiebreaker.
A 49ers fan is suing the NFL for $50 million. John Williams is accusing the league of economic discrimination. Williams says limiting ticket sales to pro-Seattle markets is against the law. The Seattle Seahawks banned ticket sales to area codes loyal to the 49ers last fall. Williams thinks tickets should be sold on a first-come, first-served basis, not based on who the buyer roots for.
A hot Hollywood bachelor is getting hitched, and some big celebrities are coming to the Bay. Victoria Alanese is here again to tell us more.
Hollywood's most eligible bachelor, George Clooney, is finally off the market. After about 7 months of dating, Clooney proposed to British lawyer Amal Almudin. Although the couple hasn't released an official announcement, Clooney's dad, Nicholas Clooney, confirmed the exciting news. He said, "It's true and we're thrilled. We think Amal is a wonderful girl and we think it will be a great marriage." The engagement comes as a surprise since in 1995, Clooney told Barbara Walters that he'd never marry again. The music industry's power couple Jay-Z and Beyoncé will be hitting the road this summer on their upcoming tour. Queen Bee herself announced the tour to her 11 million Instagram followers. The picture received over 600,000 likes. The On the Run tour will hit 16 major cities starting June 25th. The tour will begin in Miami, Florida, and ends at AT&T Park in San Francisco on August 5th. Tickets go on sale this Friday and range from $40 to $260. And Candlestick Park's last event ever is bringing a Beatle to the Bay. Paul McCartney will headline San Francisco Candlestick Park's last event on August 14th. But this won't be McCartney's first time at the park. The Beatles played at the stadium back in 1966 before taking a break from touring. San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee thinks a McCartney concert is a perfect way to say goodbye to the iconic landmark. And that's all for your weekend update. I'm Victoria Alanese. This is back to you.
Thanks, Victoria. You know, I looked at those ticket prices last night. They're going for about $250 a seat.
Wow, that is impressive. It sounds like McCartney fans are going to have to be willing to pay some big bucks. Make sure to check us out on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and at ksfsmedia.net.
See you guys next week.